I was finished anyway. But
Look 58, man.
Thanks. How much? I was going to say how old do I look? There's always new people sort of coming and going, and each new person that comes in brings a new sort of element to the team.
Yeah,
which has been brilliant. A different personality can add so much.
Yeah.
A spirit box versus a Ouija board. And do you believe that the spirit box is the modern day Ouija board?
On my left, we have Jen. Main man in the middle, this is Mark.
Hello.
And the one next to him is Sam.
yeah.
Is there more of Paranormal New Zealand?
There's more. We've got eight in the team.
You got all in Auckland?
Yeah.
Damn.
8 of us, but we have a core of, say, maybe 4 or 5 that go out quite regularly.
Yeah.
And we have a few on the outside that sort of help out with casually.
I just want to know, what was life like before Paranormal New Zealand?
Oh, you mean back when there was dinosaurs?
No, I'll say life for each other. One of these.
Oh, okay.
So I'll start with Jen first.
Yeah, go for Jen. Here you go.
Before you guys came as a group, before you became a paranormal investigator,
Who
was Jen before this?
Still the same person, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just now I do ghost stuff.
Mm.
So it's just the same, just added on. But,
True.
but the group, I think they were there before me. So, there was way more things before I even came along.
Yeah.
But she was coming to our events as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was.
so is that how it started?
That's how we spotted her. Yeah, she was doing really well. She showed potential she showed a lot of potential at our events. So she sort of stuck out a bit.
Yeah.
And she kept turning up. So we thought, might be worth giving her a trial. Hey.
Mm. How about Mark? What was it?
I'm still on trial.
Still on trial?
I'm still on trial. Sorry.
Out later.
Yeah. No, I've been doing this since I was a kid, since I was about 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
I was actually actively field investigating, and that's going out to locations and investigating at age 12 with a camera, an audio recorder and all that sort of thing, and just going out and seeing if there's anything there and just sort of sitting in the dark and just talking out loud and just recording as I went. And I'm pretty much doing it the same now. I mean, I'm 58 now and still doing the same thing. Just going to
58,
locations.
damn.
Well, 58 in August.
Don't look 58, man.
Thanks. How much? I was going to say how old do I look? But yeah. So it's just one of those lifelong things I've been doing all my life, and things happen, and it keeps you fueled, keeps the excitement going. So you just carry on with it. It's great. Love it.
What were there other members before it became the core 8?
Yeah, people have come and gone through the years. A lot of people have come into the team thinking it's like television. And it's just not. It's just not. And a lot of people sort of end up getting a bit bored with it because there is a lot of sitting around waiting for something to happen. And we used to do a lot of report writing and a lot of audio and video review and stuff like that. And when you've got many, many hours of reviewing of video and audio, footage, a lot of people just don't like it. It's too hard.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the part-timers that would come in and just, go on the investigation, and that's where it would sort of end for them. They would do the back work after that.
Yeah.
The post-investigation work. And so, people would lose interest after a while, and life goes on for other people. They have jobs, they get married, they move cities. They have their lives change, and illnesses and job and career changes as well. That's affected a few team members. They've had to move on because of that.
Yeah.
So it's people come and go, and it's what keeps it fresh. It's I quite like that. It's really kept the team stable and grounded and just fresh. There's always new people sort of coming and going, and each new person that comes in brings a new sort of element to the team.
Yeah.
Which has been brilliant. A different personality can add so much.
Yeah. Nice. Wow. How about you, Sam? Who was Sam before Sam the paranormal investigator?
I've always been a ghost person and a paranormal person. So from very early on, always, going through school, being that weird kid in school, going around to all the other kids going, do you have any ghost stories? Is your house haunted? and then writing it down in a book. And it got to the point where one of my teachers actually phoned Mum up, and so she was quite concerned. You need to get Sam to write about something else. But yeah, always getting the books out from the library and stuff like that, and like really into the photos. And then of course, you know, I was into horror movies as well. Ghostbusters was a big one as well, and of course X-Files and that. So it's, as far as I know, it's always been part of who I am. And then of course skip to, you know, the age of Facebook, and followed a group called Haunted Auckland. And, you know, that's who we were before then.
Before that, yeah.
And there was a post looking for new members, so I applied, and obviously sent an email to Mark. Both went to the same school, just at different years, so we sort of clicked on that, and the rest is history. So,
how would that work? They take do you put them on a trial or something like that?
Yeah, we pretty much do. We have a bit of a trial period. We sort of like to test people, and we give them a good 6 months to see if they like it. It's not about us liking them. It's more, do they gel with the rest of the team?
Yeah.
Do they genuinely have this passion and dedication and desire to find answers? A lot of people start up thinking it's going to be thrills and spills and, you know, all action, and it's not always like that. And so a lot of people we just bring into the team. We just give them a chance, give them a fair shot, just to sort of prove themselves and just to get a taste of it and just see if it's what they really want to do. And after a while, you know, you can sort of tell who's really into it, and who has a genuine interest, and it's not just hanging on, just wanting to do something because it's something to do and it's a bit of entertainment. There's a bit more beyond that. It's a bit more serious. And there's a genuine, I mean, with Jen and Sam, you know, I know that there's a genuine need to find answers. And I mean, the fact that they turn up to every single investigation shows that.
Because I always thought it was
dedication.
just use 3. Like every video I see is just use 3. Every photo is use 3.
It kind of has been that way. I mean, we do have people behind the scenes. We have Matthew, who's been in the team right from the beginning. He's the co-founder as well. He started up Haunted Auckland with me, and but he's behind the scenes now. He sort of helps with the website, and he designs the layout for the books and designs the covers and does all that. So you do have a few people, and there are others that have busy jobs. And that takes them away on the weekends as well. So they can't always attend. So everybody has a go, and everybody sort of attends investigations from time to time, and
nice.
it works. It still works. You know, it works really well.
Sorry to cut you off, Sam.
No, you're right.
No, you can carry on.
Carry on.
No, I was finished anyway. But no, but I was just going to say, we're all pretty close, I think. So, I mean, in terms of being like Mark said, core members, and then we got others that are casual. I mean, I think we're all pretty close. We're not just about paranormal and ghosts. We're mates outside of that as well. So, you know, we all look after each other, and you know, that's a good place to be with our team.
They want to see, or they always want to see like the scary parts. I think because they've watched too many horror movies or other paranormal groups like overseas, where like each investigation is always scary. And I think with our viewers, like sometimes we'll have that, sometimes we won't, and then they'll be like telling us like, oh man, I just wasted a whole hour and a half watching and nothing happened. I was like, well, like sometimes we're gonna have activity, sometimes we won't. And I think sometimes the people or the viewers out there, like, I think that's the part that they miss. Is they're like,
but that's the true nature of the paranormal, though. It doesn't happen every time, and I've had people straight up tell me on our videos, you know, that was boring, nothing ever happens, you know, or why can't you guys be more like some American team? You know, they get lots of activity. Why don't you? You know, we've had people say, why don't you use this sort of gadget, because you'll get lots of activity if you use this sort of gadget. And I thought, we've used all those gadgets, we've done all the things that they've told us to do, and it doesn't work for us because we kind of understand how these things work, and we've trialed them all, and I've got a huge box at home in my office of old gadgets and stuff that I no longer use. It's just stuff that I've used, I've bought, spent a lot of money buying, trialed them.
Oh, I get you.
I figured out how they work. You pull them to bits. You listen to other paranormal investigators that use them as well, and you can figure out how things work. You can figure out the false positives, how certain gadgets can be manipulated. They can give false positives by being triggered by other outside things, from your cell phones to just the wiring in a house and all that. So you sort of learn these things as you go, just by trial and error. And it costs a lot of money. You buy the gadgets, you trial them out, and you figure it out. And then you move on to something else. And that's pretty much the nature of what we do as a paranormal team, is we go where the information leads us. We go where the data is, we go where the activity is. If things, like, for example, one of the cases we've got is at the Lake House Art Centre. And every single session we go, something always happens that sort of feels like it's somebody young, a young person. Whether it be running footsteps of a small, like a young child would make, voices that sound like a young child, or short shadows, little small sized shadows. So everything points to it being a child. So you kind of go with that. And if you can sort of get a name or anything like that, you kind of just work with it. You may be completely off and completely wrong, but things start to link together, and sort of a scenario starts happening, and you start to get a bigger picture of things, which could be still completely wrong. But you still stick with it just to see where it leads you. And sometimes it comes to a dead end, and sometimes it opens up into this whole crazy, wormhole of amazing stuff that you just can't figure out.
Yeah.
Can I just say, like, I think the difference in viewing is the reactions. So, like, if we get scared, sometimes we don't get scared. We just
We
sit
don't-
there
we don't jump and run and scream like you guys.
sometimes I still get scared.
Yeah,
but
geez.
It's
Hey,
not as obvious.
geez, not me.
Yeah. And I think that draws a lot of people in to actually watch it, is your guys' reaction.
Yeah.
And we don't react all the time, so I don't think we get as many people, like, interested.
I mean, we've seen Jen hear a noise and she goes, I think something over there. I'll go check it out. So it's I think you get used to it after a while. And I think if you're fresh in this sort of, if you're fresh to the team, you'd be sort of a bit jumpy, because you're not used to the dark. I mean, we can all now walk into a dark room or a dark building and just wander around. It doesn't really faze us too much now. You get used to it after a while, and you sort of get to learn the building noises and the sounds that buildings can potentially make. And you sort of, I guess you become a bit immune to it, a bit sort of desensitized, I guess, to all that kind of thing.
Even people at our events, they all jump.
They all jump. But after a while, they get used to it. And I guess it's like horror movies. If you watch enough horror movies, you become desensitized, and you don't jump as much, and you don't freak out as much, and don't wince and cringe at every gory moment. You sort of get used to it.
We're also at that point where we actually want something to happen. So if we were to go,
that was going to be my next
dark
question.
room, it's like you want that reaction to happen, and you want to be able to. We're all usually camera ready, so capture something on camera and then go back and investigate it.
All right, that would be my next question. But I'm going to play some jams for now. All right. This one's from Mark.
Hey.
Not Mark. Sorry, Sam.
Oh.
Sorry.
Lift me up and then
I
drop
got
me
the
down.
wrong. I got the wrong screenshot. This one's a song from Sam. It's White Zombie, and the song is "I'm Your Boogeyman." I'm your boogeyman. Oh. Is that your nickname?
No, he's the bogeyman.
So this one here, White Zombie, I'm Your Boogeyman. Requested from Sam. Like during the music break, what Tej was telling me, bro, like we've had a lot of glitches. A lot of viewers were saying like the cameras were starting to play up. Some of the mics as well were starting to play up. This never happened, all right? Never. With all our other guests, nothing like that has happened. But tonight it had to happen, and it had to happen with a paranormal group. But I think Tej said that he's gonna join us on the couch. I think he's got a couple of questions from the viewers, or maybe a couple of questions of his own. Oh yeah, and shout out to Jen. She knows I love brownies, and she came with her.
Homemade.
No. They're from the factory. Christchurch.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I can smell it.
You can smell it here.
The chocolate brownie.
Don't just pull them out and then not like hand them around.
Oh yeah, sorry. My manners, eh? Very bad.
I'm all good, thank you.
Would you like a brownie, sir?
all good. I'm
Would you
all
like a
good, yeah.
brownie? Yes.
More for you guys.
Whose birthday?
It's Jen's special brownies.
Thank you, Jim. I'm going to take.
Yeah, I did not put that.
That's so good.
Everybody knows, bro. I'm a sucker for brownies,
They're
man.
the same brownies he buys all the time. Whatever they're called. The cookie
See,
time ones.
brownies. One of the questions that came through from the viewers was in terms of, because you're speaking about gadgets and things like that and what everyone else uses, I suppose. But they wanted to get your guys' take on a spirit box versus a Ouija board. And do you believe that the spirit box is the modern day Ouija board?
Short answer for me is no. Neither of them are paranormal. Spirit boxes will just go through radio stations and pick up one syllable words. So they'll go through and they'll make a blip, and you'll hear whatever you want to hear. Ouija boards, same thing. It was a parlor game designed to be a bit of a courtship thing where, boyfriends, girlfriends get together and try and summon ghosts because that's fun. And it's all idiomote effect. It's basically mind over matter. So there's always somebody pushing the planchette. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, neither are paranormal.
Yeah, there's a thing called pareidolia, and that plays a lot into people's experiences. And pareidolia is basically your mind creating something familiar out of what could be chaotic. And it's the same sort of thing as looking up into the sky and looking at clouds and seeing a cow in the clouds. There's not actually a cow up there, but your brain automatically looks at it and makes something familiar from that cloud. So, and we all have pareidolia. We all experience it daily, multiple times daily, without even thinking about it. It's very subconscious. So it's one of those things that happens with Ouija boards. It's always, as Sam says, there's always somebody pushing the planchette, and that is it is a mind subconsciously controlling your body. And this has been scientifically proven, and it's been tested, and we've tested it numerous times, and there's always somebody pushing it. You can see their fingers. And there's a similar test that I like to put across to people to try in a safe way, which kind of is very similar to a Ouija board. And that is if you're driving down the motorway at, say, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, a straight road, and there's no other cars on the road, just empty motorway, and it's a safe area where you could try this. Try driving in a straight line while you're looking at the center line or one of the lane lines. You'll automatically start pulling to that way. It's just subconscious. You don't realize you're doing it, but if you look at it when you're driving forward, you'll start pulling in that direction. And it's the same with the Ouija board, where everybody has their hands on the planchette. The first question that's always asked is there anybody here that would like to speak with us? Everybody wants to hear yes. So they're all looking at yes. And so you're looking at yes, waiting for it to move. And all it takes is for one person to have a bit of muscle movement to sort of push it and a bit of vibration, and everybody goes with it. And once people get into it, people start, there's always one person that leads it. And same with table tipping. You can always see the person that's pushing the table around and making it move. Spirit boxes, as Sam said, they're more sort of the old school spirit boxes and ghost boxes are just hacked radios that scan through. All it is one wire. You can make them yourself. You just get a digital scanning radio that scans automatically through stations. You cut the one little wire in the back. that enables the scanning, and it'll just scan automatically backwards and forwards. So you can make your own spirit box. They're very easy to do. It's just a hacked digital radio. But now, of course, we've got into apps, which is a whole different scenario as well. And we have to remember, I know you guys use apps and all that, and it's fine to experiment with them, but you got to keep in your mind, keep this in mind, that that app was created by somebody, and that library of words was actually cut and paste into that software by a person. So every word that you see pop up has been put in there, and they're all aimed at ghost hunters and the ghost hunting communities. So just keep that in mind. And it can become really quite exciting, though, when words pop up that shouldn't really be in there, unusual words. So I would say always look out for words that wouldn't, like if Kingston came into one of your apps, that would be unusual because it's not a familiar common name. So that would be something. Same with Tej. If it came up with Tej, I mean, wow. You know, because that app creator wouldn't have thought to put that in there.
I'll just interject there. What you do have to be careful of with the apps, though, as well, is that quite often they ask for microphone permission. So they will be listening to you, and they will try and fire some of the words back at you from what you've actually been saying as well. So, yeah, saying your name would be quite interesting, but if it's already heard your name, it might try and repeat it back to you again.
And I'd say with any gadget that you're using, I'd say just experiment with them, because, I mean, no gadgets are pointless. I think every gadget has its focus, has its purpose, and I think that you can use gadgets to other benefits as well, other advantages. You can use them as other things. Like we use REM pods as a communication device now, because yes, they get triggered with something entering its field. So you can actually use it for communication. And we've used various motion sensors, objects and trigger objects and REM pods to answer questions as part of a communication. So you can actually use gadgets as, you know, other things. So I would say, you know, don't dismiss any gadget that you have. Just see what you can think outside the box and see how else you can use it, because it might become valuable in some other way. But yeah, spirit boxes, broken radio, Ouija boards. It's a harmless game that has been ruined by horror movies. It was in a 1970s film called The Witchboard. That's the first horror movie to have somebody getting killed by a Ouija board, and that was where the planchette flew off and slashed the guy's throat. It's a classic movie, and it was also in The Exorcist as well. They used a Ouija board as well. So, yeah.
There was also I got hyped up by like Abraham Lincoln's wife and the president's wives, how their children died, and then they really wanted to like be able to get in contact with them, and so they hyped it up. And then of course it's politics and everything, and then there's parlor tricks, like you said, that there would be people that would literally con people into doing a seance with them, and then they would make things like the table levitate, but it's all just a trick. But everyone that came to the event was like, oh my gosh, it must be true. But that's like another origin of where it all started as well.
And we've had some amazing moments, though, at public events because we bring Ouija boards along, and a lot of people live in the fear of Ouija boards because they don't understand them. And their fear is based on rumors and what they've heard online and things like that. And we've brought Ouija boards along, and we've had people in tears at the end of the night because, I mean, there was one woman that came along to one of our events, and she spent most of the night, and she didn't want to leave. She wanted to stay there. But I spoke to her, and she was in tears, and she just said that she'd spoken to her deceased husband, and she finally got closure because she got to say goodbye to him, which she didn't at the time when he passed away. So that was a special moment, you know, and we're not going to take that away from her. She believed that that's what happened, and so we left her with that. We could have explained how it all happened, but why would you do that? So people do have special moments, and they do believe that they're communicating with somebody, and just because we've got our part of it figured out and we can sort of work it out for ourselves, other people might get something else out of it. And it's the same with any other gadget. People get out what they want to get out of it, and it can be really meaningful for some people.
I had it with the dowsing rods.
Dowsing rods,
and they're not a new gadget, they're an old gadget. They're just to find water originally. But we use them to communicate as well. And I had one woman crying because she felt like she'd said goodbye to her friend that had died recently in the area that we happened to be in. And she was crying the entire time. But I let her, you know, I supported her and gave her some comfort, and it was nice. It was nice.
And that's the thing with the paranormal, is that everybody will look into that spectrum differently. A lot of people are more spiritual with it. A lot of people are more scientific with it, and they just want hard answers fast, which just don't come that easily.
That easy, yeah.
And some people are just happy to just sit and take it as it comes. And I mean, pretty much like us, we just sort of go for the ride, you know, and whatever comes our way, we just sort of enjoy it for what it is. And a lot of the activity is just subtle, but it does happen. I mean, I'm a skeptic. I'm very skeptical about a lot of things, but I've seen enough in my time now to know that, there is stuff going on that I don't understand. And just because I don't understand it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And just because scientists don't understand it, and just because it doesn't happen for them, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So it's one of those fields that you really have to immerse yourself in, and just like you guys, you just go for it and just throw yourself in there. And I applaud you for that, because you're just really getting in there, and that's where you're going to find your answers. That's when stuff's going to happen, and you're going to be like, wow, it's been worth it. These late nights and
Cool. I'm really glad you brought up being a skeptic, because I wanted to raise a question with you guys in terms of mediums. Because hey, look, some people
do, some people don't.
I mean, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the conversation around the Ouija board, where it's a parlor trick. I'm not going to say that it's all of them, because I don't know that, but the questions they ask are very vague, and somebody automatically, you're talking to me. But I wanted to ask, because I'm quite skeptical of mediums and whatnot, but I do know that the event taking place this Saturday at the Monaco Cruising Club with you guys, I do know that there was a medium that was meant to be present and share her story, I guess. So I wanted to get your take on mediums and how you feel about it, and whether you think that there may be some sliver of truth behind what they do.
you don't answer.
I'll answer. I'll answer first anyway. Yeah, I mean, you probably see us sort of smirking, laughing. I think there are some people out there that genuinely do have a gift. However, it is very rare, and I think there are people that will try and exploit for financial gain. I personally had people come up to me that I do not know, and one particular lady's, I was at a bar and she came up to me, I didn't know her from a bar of soap, and she said, "I've got a message for you." I was like, okay. And I was then thinking she was wanting me to buy her a drink or something like that, but no, she went into a whole lot of detail about family history, and it involved a form of abuse as well, and I was able to go home and verify that all of what she said was true. So even down to names of people that I didn't know, it was all validated. So there is that, and I could not explain that for the life of me. But yeah, like I said, I think there are some people out there that will just try and do it for attention, and get money out of it.
I'm yet to be proven, because I haven't had anyone do that yet. I haven't had an experience with the psychic yet, where they can tell me everything that I don't know or that I already know or something. Like I've never had that yet. So I still am on the fence.
Yeah.
I'd love for them to have some proof behind their experiences, but I don't know. I'm still learning about it. But Mark has more experience. experience. And
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence at the moment because I mean through my life I've had like 12 readings by 12 various different clairvoyants and mediums and all that, and none of them have been able to read me properly or accurately at all. And I hope to find one because I really don't. I do believe in psychic powers. I do believe in ESP and all that kind of thing. I do believe in these abilities. And even in the scientific fields, these abilities have been measured, psychokinesis and stuff like that. They have been measured. So there is something to do with the mind and energy and all that kind of thing. So there is something going on there, which I don't understand. But I just don't believe, I do believe there are people out there that do possess gifts that we don't yet understand. And it's the same with alien life forms, in all space. So you just have to look at the infinite amount of space out there. It would be arrogant and ignorant to think that we're the only life forms in the infinite amount of space out there. And it's the same as that. There are a lot of people on this planet. It would be very ignorant and arrogant to assume that not a single person has a gift like that sort of thing, that some sort of psychic energy. Whether we understand it or not, doesn't matter. There's so much in this world we don't understand and we haven't yet figured out or even discovered yet. So the possibility that somebody may have these gifts I think is quite possible.
are you guys going to use one at all? Have you guys used a psychic?
We used a medium at one of our investigations. That was our first time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, a lot of mediums will just go for the basic cold readings. The ones that are making money out of it will just use the cold readings. So they're basic questions, basic answers, and they're all very vague. And the readings I've had have been so vague that they could have been talking about Sam, So I don't know. I just think they're very vague. I think they have their little formulas that they do, their little systems, like a script almost that they read out. I had one medium that it was a friend. She was a friend of mine. She was actually in the team for a bit, and I asked her to read me, and she said she couldn't read me. But I ended up reading her, and I was just making stuff up the top of my head, stuff that was just pictures that were coming to my head, and I was accurate with lots of them. So that was kind of weird. And I've actually had a medium from Australia tell me that she feels that I have a gift.
Same.
So I don't know. And one of the most common questions that people ask us with this paranormal work that we do is that, so do you guys feel things when you go into rooms? Do you feel spirits? Are you able to communicate with them and feel them? And it's just like, well, we don't know. We don't know if we're feeling them because we don't know what we're feeling. It's just we're feeling something, but whether it's psychic, we don't know.
Do you guys remember Sensing Murder?
Yep.
That's a perfect example.
Did they tell Winnie?
How many seasons did they have? Oh, how many seasons of Sensing Murder? And how many murders did they solve? None.
No.
So it's like finding Bigfoot. How many seasons of Finding Bigfoot was out there? Did they find Bigfoot?
No.
Nah. So yeah, it's an ongoing thing. One day.
Yeah.
I've got another question, and then I'll let the main man over here drive the show again. Now
It was two main.
There's two main men, but he's in his hot seat tonight. It's his week tonight. Oh, this week. But you guys were over there as we were reading out the threads of what's the most embarrassing thing you've been caught doing. And I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you three, what is the most embarrassing thing you've been caught doing?
There was one that you read out, and I did put my hand up, and it was
Same.
yeah, being on the job with a lovely lady, and Dad barges on through the door, hands me the phone, and goes, "Your mate Dave's on the phone." I was like, "Dave, what do you want?" So I'm kind of busy. He goes, "Oh, at least your dad knows you're not gay." But no, that would have to be it, I think.
Spooning was mentioned earlier. Being caught spooning. That happened to me with one of my new girlfriends, and the mum walked in and she knew that we were sleeping together, and I was in her bed in the family home. And of course, the mum just decided to be a bit cheeky and go, "Come on, get out of bed, guys!" And she's trying to rip the sheets off me. I was completely naked underneath, and I was just like freaking out, going, "Ah!" Yeah. So yeah, that was embarrassing. That was horrible.
I don't have any. I can't think of any right now.
Just
Honestly,
one.
I can't.
Because you're so clean.
I am. Just
Such an angel.
Joining Paranormal New Zealand.
so embarrassing. No, I don't know. Just getting drunk a lot of the time and just throwing up in random places. Like, is probably about it. I don't have anything off the top of my head that I can remember. That I care to remember. If it was that embarrassing, I'd rather not. Thank you. I'd rather forget and move on with my life.
Yeah. No, we might.
Got a couple of questions from the floor if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Any other cryptid phenomenon being experienced like the mohow, goat man, or ghost car? Thoughts?
Car.
The ghost car.
I don't know if that's just no, that makes sense.
Does it mean New Zealand cryptid?
Yes,
Yeah.
Moyhow Man.
Yeah, well, there is, I mean, the Moeho Man is, I'm going to go there. The Moeho Man is, it's a cryptid that New Zealand used to have back in when the Maori were around and the Moeho. The Moeho were considered the guardians of the Moeho forest. They're also spotted down in the South Island as well and around the Coromandel Ranges. But they were a tribe. And they were around the era of the Moriori and early Maori, and they were quite savage. They were 5 foot tall. They weren't 10 foot tall like Bigfoot and all that. They were like a New Zealand version of Bigfoot, but 5 foot tall, very nasty, very aggressive, very vicious, sharp claws, red eyes, and they used to fight with the early people here on New Zealand, and. Yeah, they were considered the guardians of the forest, but that's kind of folklore, and it's kind of, yeah, it doesn't really exist today. But in the 1800s, a ship did arrive with a couple of gorillas on it, and the gorillas did get loose, or one of them got loose and ran amok for a bit. And terrified all the village people for a bit until it was caught. But the stories about this gorilla running loose freaked people out. He got a bit of freedom for a bit, and then a little bit later, in the early 90s, there were a couple of brothers that decided to use that classic gorilla story and the stories of the Moeho Man and create this Bigfoot story for New Zealand. So they went out and told the local newspapers that they saw this giant, hairy creature in the forest, and of course hunters went out to try and find it. Nothing was found, but it ended up being found out it was a prank. So I think, yeah, there are a lot of people out there that do believe that we have this sort of creature running around in our forests, but I think it's more of a desire for New Zealand to be like the American people and other countries that have it. Everyone, China, the Himalayas, they all have their own version of the Bigfoot and those hairy creatures. So I think in Australia they have the Yowie as well.
Yeah.
And so I think some people just like to believe that we have our own version of that as well here. And so they look back to these old stories of the Moeho Man, which was basically, I think if you ask a lot of the Maori out there, they'll tell you that it was based in folklore, stories that have been handed down. I mean, whether it was a true creature at the time, I don't know. It depends on who's telling the story, I guess, and whether you believe the stories. Other cryptids we have here. I mean, we do have a few kind of lake monsters, very much like Scotland, but except these ones are thought to be very old eels, huge, quite a few meter long eels that are well over 100 years old. So we do have our own sort of lake monsters. And Lake Papuki by the Pump House Theatre, there's thought to be a monster there, which is big enough to tip over kayaks, pull ducks under the water, pulled under a dog, a pet dog, knocked a couple of kids off a kayak, and another report was a couple of old guys were on a rowboat going across the lake there, and it pulled up beside them, and it just sort of rolled over, and they describe it as being like a tractor inner tube just sort of rolled up past the dinghy and knocked the dinghy for a bit and then went under. And it was a dark grey colour. Whether that was another giant eel, because they can get pretty big. We don't know. But yeah, we do have our own little cryptids here.
Big cats,
Big cats. Big cats are seen all over the world. Yeah, yeah. Moose, otters.
native otters.
Yeah, so a lot of out of place creatures that are seen mostly down the South Island, eh? Mostly around the South Island areas, but we do have our own little mysterious animals that pop up where they shouldn't be creatures, yeah. It's interesting.
What about the goat man on the desert road?
That's a good one. That's one we've done a lot of research on. We've heard stories from the military base there, the Wairau military base there, military camp, and a lot of people that have stayed there have seen him, and a lot of people that have been passing through on the main roads have seen him. People have claimed to have picked him up. They say that he's like a hitchhiker on the side of the road. They'll pick him up, and then they'll find out as he's walking away that he's got hooves. He's always wearing an overcoat, or sometimes he's just naked, covered in hair. So they're very different descriptions of him, but a lot of people have come forward and described this goat creature with a human sort of body and a goat's head. Goat man.
That's new, yeah.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Now, I've got to interject here. Jen says, don't lie. And someone has evidence of your
Oh, exposes
shenanigans.
me.
Oh,
Exposes
wow.
me. Oh, that was probably my best friend.
Explain.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. It's probably my
Whammy
best
bar
friend.
last month, apparently.
Do tell.
What did I do?
Whammy bar last month.
What did you do at Whammy Bar?
What did I do?
Oh,
Whammy bar. That was
at Whammy bar.
embarrassing. You were more embarrassing at Whammy Bar.
Oh.
I was getting you a taxi.
That was because I couldn't see my phone.
Oh, well, someone thinks that they're having a laugh, and yes,
Oh,
I
that
have-
sounds like Ian,
I
actually.
have witness accounts to Jen's shenanigans. So.
But did I say they were embarrassing?
I don't know. Maybe a bit of lightheartedness.
Maybe they were fun.
Also
Maybe
feel
I
like I've just
enjoyed
been thrown
them.
under the bus again.
That's all right. I love them.
You know, we're gonna have a little jam. This time it will be Jen's song. All right, the song is called "Thank Me" by Queen Herbie. Oh, you gonna
Queen Herbie.
Queen Herbie? Is it Queen Herbie?
Queen Herbie.
That's just wrong.
Right, I get you.
What was it? Thank me.
Yeah,
It's like my anthem for this year.
by Queen Herbie.
But it's like QVEEN.
Oh, yeah.
So not Queen.
Sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. I'm too busy believing in myself.
Hey, what do you think about that jam? That sounded like a Queen's anthem. Like I'm a boss bitch. I'm a boss bitch. Anyways, thinking about I thought I'll cheer it up a bit. Most of you guys don't know, Mark is actually part of a band. We got me and Tej, the two main men. Well, Mark, he has a partner, and it's a duo. And apparently, I think one of the viewers or one of his fans kind of described his kind of music as nightmare escape-ish. something
Nightmare
like that.
Escapes.
Nightmare escapes.
Yeah. Horror movie music.
Do you mind telling something about your
Yeah,
your
sure.
two main your band?
I've had this musical project going since 1985, actually, called Hieronymus Bosch, after the Dutch artist back in the 1800s. He was a very eccentric artist, and he was very underrated. He wasn't really acknowledged until he passed away, and people discovered his paintings, which are just huge murals that had so much detail in them. And any book you find about Hieronymus Bosch, the book is usually where they take a full picture and they'll break it up into multiple sections so that you can see the detail. but it had pictures of like demons and little critters and whole villages, burning people at the stake, and all sorts of scenes with just lots of, like a Where's Wally type picture with just lots of people doing things. So he never really got the fame that he deserved, but his paintings I've always loved. So I called it Hieronymus Bosch, and it's a very dark experimental project, which has gone through many phases through the years. We went through a sort of we were called junk punk at one point, where we used to use lots of steel and tape loops and recordings, and I'd go out and record buses and traffic and stuff like that, and just make loops and do all that kind of stuff and overdub stuff, and just use basic cheap equipment and just sort of make my own sort of soundscapes and things. Then we went through an industrial metal phase, which was, I guess, like 9 Inch Nails, that kind of thing, with sort of heavy metal guitaring with drum machines and electronics and lots of screaming. And I was the front man for that, as well as the programmer, and did all the drum beats. So we went through a bit of a metal phase, then we went through a bit of a goth phase, and now we've gone full circle back into experimental again. So it's more, as we've gotten older, it's those sort of more energetic things that we used to do in the 80s and 90s, a bit harder to do now. So we just sort of, it's a more mature sort of artistic, creative thing that we do now. And it's using sounds and samples and recordings that we've made of machinery and factories and traffic and nature and just things around us. And we just loop them and add maybe beats on some parts of it. And yeah, it's more experimental. It's very freestyle, very sort of improvised in a lot of ways. We keep it fresh, and we start up at a gig with, we do a performance or a song with just an empty canvas, and we just sort of start layering sounds until we've got something that we like.
Sure.
So yeah, we've got quite a good following around Europe. We were signed to a Polish label, which gave us 2 albums from that. So we've had 4 albums now in total, and it's been interesting, doing the sort of music that you like for yourself, and just finding that niche audience, that people that come to you and like you for what it is. You haven't had to try and jump on any trends or any sort of fashions in music to try and get a fan base. You just do what you want to do, and nobody tells me what to do musically. And so I can just create, and if people like it, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too. But we do sort of create music to elicit a reaction from people. Some of it's pretty harsh noise. Some of it's very loud. Some of it's very low bass. Some of it, a lot of it's quite disturbing. One of our tracks has a lot of pigs squealing in it, and we just layered lots of pigs squealing over the top of it.
Pig squealing. Wow.
Nothing. I haven't got anything on SoundCloud. Hieronymus Bosch, but is it in New Zealand, Hieronymus Bosch? Because there is a German one. There's a metal band in Germany, I think.
I think the one that we played, it was a heavy metal.
That's not us.
Paranormal Bosch, Hour of Death.
Yeah, that's one track. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's one of the tracks. But it's
New Zealand.
Yeah, it's quite a long track, but
It's one of the nicer ones.
not really. It's got a beat.
Suggest one.
Yeah.
It feels like a fever dream, so that's how I describe your music.
Which one
It
would
feels
you-
like a fever dream.
It's all. I mean, that's quite an old one. That was from about.
Get a taste of something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Hour of Death. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It's quite a long track, but it's an old one.
Let's
but,
have a listen. Let's have a listen.
Sample. It's a bit long.
Hold on. Google what's your firstborn. How about you keep talking, and I'll figure this out.
So, your band had a 40-year anniversary gig, right?
Yeah, 40 years.
40 years.
So one of the label that has signed our last couple of albums. So I mentioned to him that it was our 40th anniversary, and we were planning on doing a few performances, and he said, "Oh, we have to do something." So we went into the studio and we recorded another album, and he put it out there, and he put it out in 2 formats. He did a real special job on the packaging. He made a limited edition version of the album with a full 60-page booklet with photographs of us going way back, which was really nice. Sam's got a copy. It looks very cool. It came out really nice. And then there's the standard version as well, which came out. But it's Yeah, it was just really nice to be appreciated and have a label, because most of our fan base is around Europe and all that sort of area, that region. Not so much here. So it's just nice to be appreciated and have a label just that deals with that kind of music and has a huge following, just going, wow, I love your guys' stuff, you know, and I want to put an album out and circulate it around the world, you know. And it's amazing. It feels good. It's really nice.
Teacher's seen your Gothic Day photos.
Oh,
The Gothic
yeah,
days.
my goth days.
Good old original
When I had
goth.
hair.
Black
Yes,
eyeliner.
that's right. T showed me a photo. He was like, "Hey, guess who this is? You won't believe it. It's Mark." I go, "Oh, when he had hair," I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm thinking like, "Oh, just a bit of hair up the top." He showed me a photo. Mark is rocking a Joe Dirt.
Oh, it's the mullet one. The mullet.
Another one.
Yeah.
I'm like,
nice.
"No way, damn!"
But you notice I'm holding a Pepsi can. I'm drinking a Pepsi.
I think I was looking at the Joe Dirt.
Yeah, I had a mullet for a long time.
Damn, that was clean. It looked clean.
Yeah.
Any more gigs lined up for the band?
Yeah, it's not really a band. It's more of a project.
a project.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got one at the not Whammy, at UFO in New Lynn on August the 8th. So we're going to do a small performance there. It's only a small place, so just a very laid back, intimate sort of. People sit around on couches and we'll just make our noise and people can just, you know, enjoy it, what it is. Very chill.
I need to experience one of your gigs.
Yeah.
I was meant to come. Hey?
They look fun. They look like a good time.
If you like that kind of thing.
Especially when the angle grinder comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that photo. You walking out with a grinder. I was like, whoa, wait, hang on.
Yeah, that's something we used to do back in the 80s and early 90s. It was just something we did for a retro purposes for the anniversary gig. We thought, I'll bring out the angle grinder again and make some sparks. Always goes down well, I suppose, but yeah.
What about for Paranormal New Zealand? What's next for Paranormal New Zealand?
Well, after this weekend's Spirit Talk event, we've got a few things in the pipeline. We're just sort of sorting out dates and things. We've finished that for our events for the year now. We usually try and do all our events at the first
In the
half
beginning, yeah.
and get them out of the way, and then we can really get into our investigations and all that. So we've got a few things on the boil that we'll be ripping into. And another book. We're doing another book.
Another book?
This one's a collaboration with me and Sam. We've been wanting to do a book for a long time, so
Wow.
we've joined together forces and we've put out a book. We're just waiting to that to be laid up and have the covers made. And
You know, Mark's running out of ideas when he asked me to come along. Fill up a few chapters.
yeah. So yeah, that's the next book project. It'll be Sam and I. Looking forward to that one. That should be quite exciting.
Nice.
And so we'll have to do some sort of release party for that, I think.
Book release party, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, bro. PPH will be there.
But yeah, a few road trips, a bit more camping out, I think. I'm hanging out to do some more camping. Yeah, I don't know.
Should we have a listen to a little bit of Hieronymus Bosch?
Go for it.
How was that, man? That's from Mark's project day.
Pretty funky, eh?
It was quite captivating because I'm like in a trance, or not in a trance, but I'm like picturing me like running away or getting ready to run away
What, from here?
from a serial killer or something like that.
From Mark.
It's the build up, the slow build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I've never experienced that kind of music before.
Well, you would have actually without knowing it. If you watch any horror movie and you close your eyes, you would have heard stuff similar to that.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Damn. Never realized.
Mm.
Movie Deliverance.
Mm.
Deliverance is one. Have you ever seen Deliverance?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that movie.
Except without the banjos.
I was gonna say.
Feel like a pig.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah. Well, any last words from you, Jen?
I don't know.
Like, what's next for Jen? Or
What's next for me? I am hopefully trying to plan a trip. I just need to write all the articles in order to do the trip. But it's going to be a big road trip that hopefully Mark will say yes to. So we can go do that. And then I've just got to put all the articles together and then bring it together as a full-on road trip. So it's going to be a really, really good road trip.
nice.
Just don't
we do
want
like a good
to
road
give it
trip.
away because
we like a
the
good road trip.
details.
Yeah.
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 I have a question before we wrap up or whatever. One place, international, or just in general, that you would love to conduct an investigation. Like if you could go anywhere to investigate.
Yeah, I know. I know. I have this answer. I would like to do the Tower of London. That is like what I would really, really love to investigate. There's also one in New Zealand that I'd really like to do, which would be the Albert Park tunnels.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That would be my other top place to try and get into. Is those two. I know you haven't done those yet.
Maybe. You don't know me then. For me, one that's really stuck with me that I've always really wanted to go to, until recently, not so much because I've heard more about the story, and that's in Japan. That's the suicide forest.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've always wanted to camp out. I've always thought if I'm going to go to Japan, I'm going to go off trail. I'm going to stay off the paths. I'm going to go off trail, and I'm going to take a tent, and I'm just going to go and camp out a night in the forest. That was my plan until I heard recently that apparently the wolves and bears come down from the mountains at night to feed on the corpses. So yeah, I didn't know this. I didn't know this. They come down at night to feed. So yeah, it's not recommended. So I had to change my plans on.
We do like a camping trip though.
Yeah, I do like a camping trip, but eaten by wolves and bears in the early hours, maybe not. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a daytime walkthrough and be happy with that.
Yeah, you stole my idea. Now, yeah, Japan would be a big one. Maybe, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Paviglia Island in Italy. What was it? Well, basically the whole island is ash. Was it TB? TB outbreak in Italy, and they were just basically sending them all to the island to die and be cremated. And there's a bit of a mad scientist on the island story as well.
Sure.
So, but apparently you can't get there. You have to sort of coerce a fisherman to take you there to the island just to get on. So that's a grail sort of location. But yeah, suicide forest would definitely be it for me as well.
What about you?
Road trip.
For me, mine would have to be the catacombs, eh? I've seen a lot of people going underground. But it's weird because like some of those spots that they sneak into, I don't think I can fit in.
You fit in the caves.
I don't know.
Would you go off the beaten track, or would you just stick to the tours?
I'll just stick to the whatever tour guide I have. Because I don't know. I've seen a lot of like YouTubers or other explorers go and take a little walk around the catacombs, and they were saying like, I don't know, I got a fear of, or not a fear, but like a thrill of being lost. So like if we go into an area and it's a dead end, like it's that adrenaline. Like I was saying before, like when I'm listening to your music, it feels like I'm being chased. So when I'm in that kind of mind frame where it gets the blood boiling for me, where like I have to find a way to get out, kind of thing. Yeah. So I think with the catacombs, I think highly on my bucket list to do. Yeah.
Me, not so much an investigation, but I'd love to check out Chernobyl, like the elephant's foot. I'd love to go there, or just Chernobyl in general. At night, when all the weird animals come out to play.
3 hours, yeah.
The two-headed deer.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? Any last words before we wrap?
Come to our event.
Come to our event on Saturday. Spirit Talk at the Manukau Cruising Club. First, there's a whole bunch of speakers on, all talking about all different aspects of the paranormal, spirituality, paranormal, ghost hunting, all that sort of stuff. First speaker's on at 5, so get in there by 4:30, get yourself a seat. I think it's going to be quite a popular one, so the seats will get taken up pretty quickly, so get in by 4:30 when the doors open and you'll be safe. Plenty of parking outside, a lot of parking area. There'll be food on offer if you want to buy food. Full open bar there, and we'll have merch there. I'll be bringing books along and bits and pieces for sale. So bring cash if you can. I know you guys might have a few things.
I think we do.
Yeah, a few things, yeah. So there'll be a bit of merch there. So bring some cash along and spend up large, and come and learn a few things and enjoy the speakers. And hope to see you there. Oh, and these guys will be talking as well.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah,
These guys.
We're those guys, yeah. What about you, Sam? Any last words before you wrap?
No, I think just keep on keeping on. I mean, we enjoyed talking to both of you, and you know, you good company and having a good laugh and that sort of thing. So we've enjoyed it. It's been really good. Thanks.
And also, I just want to add, it's really good to sort of sit down and have a natter with people within the paranormal field that come at things from a different angle. I mean, if we only talk to people that investigate how we investigate, it would be a very boring sort of doing. It'd be very boring, you know, because you'd have nothing new to talk about. So it's really nice to sit down and talk with other people, and which is one thing I enjoy about going overseas and talking to teams over there as well. It's just sitting or going out and investigating with them and just listening to how they do things and just watching them in action and just learning from them, and whether it's a technique or an approach that I would take on myself. Don't know, it depends on the team, but it's just really nice to see how other people do it, because the way we might approach the paranormal might be completely different from how others might.
Yeah.
And we can all teach each other something and we can all learn from each other. So, for example, dowsing rods, that's one thing that I've never really considered. I've never really thought about. I've always kind of thought, don't really believe in that, but I've never really tried them. So how can I dismiss something without trying it first?
Yeah.
So I've got some good friends over in Scotland who use dowsing rods all the time, and I've spent a lot of time with them, and it's just interesting watching them in action with these dowsing rods. So now I've gone out and bought a couple of dowsing rods, and we sort of use them at events. We don't really use them for investigations, but it's just interesting to see how they can be used in events. And I've found that my mind has opened a bit more, and I've learned a lot more just by talking to other people and other teams and just seeing how they do things. You know, whether I follow their ideology or their approach myself, doesn't matter. It's just talking and learning. We have different beliefs and approaches, and
Different goals as well.
different goals, and it's really nice. It's really community, isn't it?
Yeah. Damn.
Did that make you feel warm, Fuzzy?
Yes.
Give us a hug, man.
Well, there you have it, guys. Just want to say thank you on behalf of the two main men. The other fellows behind the camera, so you probably won't see him for this segment. But on behalf of the two main men, we'd like to say thank you to Jen, Sam, and Mark, Paranormal New Zealand, for taking time out of their busy schedule to come sit down on this couch have a little chit chat. Thank you to the viewers for tuning in, all the listeners as well. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm still on a fangirling kind of stage because, like I was saying, when I first collaborated with PNZ was when we went to Whātupu Caves, and if you've seen that vlog, I've been on his ass the whole vlog, man. Like, it's been an honor and a privilege, all that kind of stuff, man. But it's actually true because, like, I've never seen Mark in the flesh until Whātupu Caves, and I've been watching his Paranormal New Zealand videos like when I was in high school. So yeah, like it's an honor to have Paranormal New Zealand sitting on this couch and having a little chit chat to the two main men. We hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the two main men. As always, tune in every Tuesday and Wednesdays, 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. on the 12radio.co website. We will be in the same lineup as Paranormal New Zealand on Saturday, so be on the lookout for their vlog. We'll be dropping out, or not their vlog, but like my vlog and Tij's vlog will be dropping on Sunday. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Paranormal New Zealand for tuning in as well. And we hope you guys have a great night. Bye-bye.